Miss Nana, do you understand why you have been summoned here today?
I think your theory is right. We've never seen her without her headdress before. Like we've never been able to see her hair. She
It
has
has to be.
she has white hair.
Yeah. And she would have used the black hair dye to jump in.
Oh, the eye color is different though. Because Amara had green eyes and Nana has brown eyes.
I think Nana is namely the incarnation of what's in the like if we look at the if we light the orb on fire, it's gonna be her.
I guess I'll do Nana.
Yes, of course. Her Eminence has informed me that the man here suspects I've committed a crime.
So this is Nana. That's quite the hairdo.
So I will say. I suppose I'm not as old as I thought. If this horned-headed nincompoop would take me for a criminal.
Nincompoop.
Isn't that Rafa's favorite insult? I guess Nana rubbed off on her with all that time they spent together.
You there, young hornhead.
Yes.
You're accusing me of slaying Mr. Inga and channeling his spirit, yes? What an active imagination you have. Young folk are so wonderfully open-minded.
Thanks. Take the compliment, Justice. Now then, will the witness please proceed to her testimony? This court wishes to know if you did or did not channel Minister Inga in his private quarters.
I was feeling under the weather since yesterday and decided to rest with these weary bones. Besides which, a lowly servant such as I could not possibly be an honorable spirit medium. Only members of the royal family can learn the art of spirit channeling here in Garang. After Queen Amara's passing, Her Eminence Queen Garan is the only spirit medium left. If you believe a medium to be the culprit, it would have to be that young lass Maya Fey.
Interesting choice of words.
And there you have it. It seems we have summoned her for nothing.
Gonna require a lot of pressing.
Only those of the royal bloodline have the power of spirit channeling. So that means we have to prove she's part of the royal family, which means she's likely Amara, or could be Amara's mother. That could be another idea, maybe. Because Nana does appear to be an older lady. We don't have an age for her yet, right? Yeah, we don't have an age.
Yeah,
for
no
her.
age. Honestly, I think she's really the person in the thing. But let's keep going.
That a servant such as Nana could channel spirits is most unassuming jest.
On the surface, anyway. But our line of reasoning has led us to the end. That Nana channeled into spirit. All right, the defense may now question the witness.
Hold it!
I hear you're the head servant, is that right?
Are you suggesting that my position affords me the ability to channel spirits?
Since you're the head servant to a family of channelers, I say it's plausible. If you wanted to, it's not impossible for you to learn through exposure.
I think not. For that goes against the very underpinnings of our kingdom of Karine.
To become a spirit medium requires a noble spirit and a rigorous training. But most importantly, one must be a direct descendant of the founder. It is not simply some hobby one can take up in the manner of knitting or gardening.
So commoners could never become a medium, no matter how hard they tried?
That is a common knowledge to all who are born and raised here in Young Hornhead.
Hold it!
Okay, then. What if you actually have royal blood in your veins, Nina? Like a distant relative or something.
Because Maya's is obviously a direct descendant of the founder, because she can channel spirits, but she's not from Karine. She's from America.
I am from a line of humble fishermen, all the way back to my grandfather's grandfather. I've never heard the talk of royal blood or noble ancestry.
Apollo, spirit channeling is a secret art passed down from mother to daughter. And even with a royal ancestor, it'd be impossible to learn without the right training. It is as Bob once says, it also must be mentioned that it is a secret art. It's only taught here in the Kingdom of Karine, and your country's Karine village.
Why aren't things falling into place like I expected? I would ask the witness to continue her testimony.
Hold it!
Queen Amara was the victim of an assassination, right?
Yes. Oh, she was a beautiful, gentle soul.
I wonder if this is the point where we start bringing up Amara's still alive.
Yeah.
Like
Well, it has to be.
It's like maybe we point out the photo on her talking about Amara's being dead, and we're like, no, she's alive.
Yes, oh, she was a beautiful, gentle soul. But she fell in love with a man of dubious origins. And was murdered in a terrible blaze. Fate can be so cruel.
Except she's actually still alive.
Poor Nana is yet another follower unwittingly praying over an empty sarcophagus.
Amara, the queen has been locked away and her existence in this world erased. But the fact she's still alive shackles Nayuta to Huron's will. Nayuta, the only reason you're still standing there by that woman's side is because you're afraid of what would happen to Amara otherwise, right?
We need not recount such ancient history. Let us continue with the witness's testimony. No, I'm pretty sure we need to mention this ancient history.
Hold it!
Miss Faye was being held hostage. She was completely tied up and didn't even know Minister Inga's true name, making it impossible for her to kill or channel him.
Ah, I know nothing of that.
Objection!
Listen, you horned devil. Were you not just insinuating that it was Maya who had channeled Minister Inga? My, how quickly you changed your tune.
No, I'm just quick on my feet with new information presents itself. Also quick to force my biggest smile when times like these demand it.
It's great that you're following my advice, Apollo. But try not to look so forced while you do, would you? Nina's right about one thing, though. Only those of bloodline can spirit mediums in Karine. Common folk like us are out of luck.
Yeah, I guess so. Still, I think I'll finally be close to collecting all the dots once I point to one very big thing out.
Yep. Here we go. I mean, exactly what I was
photo?
already saying.
Do it.
Objection!
There we are. Okay, so I presented what makes sense in terms of a direct contradiction. Except, I don't know how to make it make sense in the larger context of this case. Well, is the defense going to follow up its loud objection with a sound explanation? Oh, sorry. How do I put this? I believe there's a problem with Nana's testimony. Go on. She asserted that she could not possibly be a spirit medium because in Quran, only members of the royal family can learn how to channel spirits. I fail to see the problem in that statement, defense. Hold on. I'm getting to it, Your Majesty. Nana stated an absolute falsehood. Since we know that Amara is still alive, at the same time, circumstantial evidence points to Nana channeling Ingo. Oh shit, I'm right. It's getting closer. After all, just after she entered her private quarters, his private quarters, Inga came running out screaming despite having been killed at 2 p.m. That would mean that Nana channeled Inga. Even though supposedly only those of the royal family are capable of doing so. Wait. Is it late to ask for a refund on my trip down the rabbit hole? Mr. Wright. You may think I've lost my mind with this bluff,
But
But if I can at least establish the possibility, I think it'll give us a break we need.
wait a second. Are you gonna propose what I think you are?
Yep, it's a huge risk, but I bet there's a chance I think there's a chance I can prove it. Will the court please take a look at this photo?
That's...
This photo's very existence to say nothing of the person in it contradicts the witness's claim. That Queen Garan is the only remaining spirit medium in Karai.
Horned devil, you mustn't!
Oh, but I must. Under these circumstances, the outcome of the trial depends on it. But you already knew that, didn't you, Your Eminence? Will the defense please explain who is shown in the photograph?
How do you not know, Judge? You should know who that is.
Oh, yeah, he's being... The person in this photo is the previous queen, Amara Sigatar Kurain. Contrary to popular belief, she was never assassinated. In fact, she's very much alive. What? But that's nonsense! Take a good look at the law book in this photo, Your Majesty. The mark of the dragon branded on it could only have been placed there after Queen Amara's supposed assassination. Gallery doesn't even know what the fuck he's up to. Well, I personally find it hard to believe. I will allow the defense to continue. You may proceed, defense. Queen Amara's death was staged to keep her safe from her would-be killer. Yet, according to Dirk, she's actually being held captive somewhere. But the real truth is Queen Amara is not being held in confinement. Rather, she walks freely among us. Here, in this very courtroom today. But how?
No, you're just like, no, shut up, dude.
He's gonna lose his shit.
No, you're just like, absolutely not. Apollo, shut your mouth. She's gonna get killed. Shut up. Do not be deceived, your majesty. The red pepper is skilled in weaving plausible lies, in this cunning lawyerly art known as bluffing. But knowing this, there is no need to fear his forked tongue.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong, prosecutor. Because you'll be quaking in your boots soon enough.
Is that so?
It's my turn, Ayuta, to wake you up from the truth right before your eyes. Queen Amara is still very much alive and has been disguising herself as...
You were right.
I like being right.
Take that!
I still am hesitant about Garon. That face. This is the simplest and cleanest explanation for everything we've covered so far. The person who killed Minister Inga. Someone with intimate knowledge of the divination seance. The medium who channeled the minister in order to mask the real time of his death. Condense these traits into one person and you got a spear medium of royal blood? And that person is none other than you, Nana.
Me?
Your true identity is the former Queen Amara and the killer we've been looking for all along. So she killed her because she was going to kill her sister? Because he was going to poison her, right?
Yeah, we need to figure out what the motive at this point is.
Yeah.
Maybe Amara figured out what Inga was up to and wanted to stop him.
Yeah.
Like maybe something
Makes
he was
sense.
about to do. Oh, she probably knew he was about to kill the love of her life, and she was defending Dirk.
Good point.
But she also kind of disguised as Dirk, which would get him.
But Dirk wasn't captured yet. Was he?
No, Dirk had not even entered yet.
Unless Inga figured out that she is her, and then
I think Inga would have known though.
she would have known the birth date and would have been able to guess the safe lock, that's for sure. What?
Objection!
Have you finally lost your mind, Mr. Justice? What you say is beyond blasphemous, even in the depths of hell.
Oh my, such frightening allegations.
Indeed, and absolutely ludicrous to boot. Her Eminence Queen Amara yet lives. It is actually Miss Naina here? You've truly gone off the deep end. You have to take my word for it. In fact, a certain someone can help me prove it.
Maya.
Your Eminence.
Well, Maya and Garan, like, hey, summon Amara's spirit right now. I dare you. Ugh.
If Queen Amara truly is dead, you should be able to channel her spirit right here, right now. Is that correct?
Ugh. I can. Deny it no longer. The lawyer speaks the truth. Nana, the woman who stands before us, is Amara, the former queen to believe to have perished 23 years ago. But...
Hokunka! Finally. We finally got Inga's real killer on a stand. Nana, no, Amara Sigatar Kurine. Please drop the act and tell us what really happened. Oh, here it goes. Here it goes.
Oh, dearie me. I guess I shouldn't have underestimated the power of use. Well done, young hornhead.
Oh no.
What?
Oh Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
I was getting tired of masquerading as an old woman anyway. It has been far too long since I last greeted you, good people of Kurine. It is I, Amara Sigatar Kurine, your former queen.
Queen Amara?
And he's back on his feet.
And I thought Garan's makeover was extreme. Can it really be true? You are alive and well?
It is true. I feel as if I've been called back from the Twilight Realm. I fear I have caused all of you a great deal of distress. Oh ho 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 ho. Amara. I'm sorry I was unable to keep your secret any longer. I hope you can forgive me. It's quite alright, Garan. I am safe now. For Dirk, that blackguard who threatened my life will be recaptured soon enough.
Interesting. Yeah, I saw that on her. This is the trial's not. She's not going where I thought she would go.
I need not conceal myself any longer.
Amara, wait. What does this all mean? Were you not killed in the fire 23 years ago?
I barely escaped a blaze with my life. But though I survived, I knew that scoundrel would make further attempts on my life. Therefore, I staged my death and abdicated the throne to my dear young sister Garan.
But the building of that great tomb and disguising yourself as a lowly servant? Why would you do such a thing?
Garan, I would have you explain. I wished for her to be close at hand. It was the only way I felt I could protect her. And it was the best way to hide her from the eye of the public. After all, who could conceive of Amara lowering her station to that of a servant? She's got that right. Even Dirk said Amara was being held captive somewhere far off place.
He might never even guess she was living as a servant, right in plain sight.
I must say, a life dedicated to the servitude of the others is not the least bit disagreeable. It is quite humble existence, far removed from the tedium of regular duties. Ah, but those days of peace have ended. And it is all because of you, Hornhead. Do we have Amara's profile now? We do.
44.
So she's a year older than
Her
Garan.
sister. You should consider yourself lucky if that's all this ends with.
If there's something you wish to say, then say it.
It doesn't matter who you are, you won't escape the crime you committed. The defense moves to indict you as Justice Minister Ingus' real killer. What's this? You would accuse Queen Amara of homicide? A grand priestess of Koranism? You can't do that.
We just did it, Your Honor.
She's virtually a goddess in the eyes of her people. If you commit the crime, you better be ready to do time. Be you a priest, saint, queen, or god? I've never met such an egalitarian person. Queen Amara. In your years disguised as Nana, you would have learned about Mercifulness disorder. So you knew you could dress as Dirk's clothes to forge a convincing seance vision. Isn't that right?
Oh, ho, 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 ho. What a curious character you are. You would label me a murderer? Me, the one whose people regarded as the reincarnation of the Holy Mother herself.
You may be a grand figure of Quran-ism, but as a foreigner, you're just another suspect to me. That humbled her.
It would appear your words are not in jest. Am I to suffer the sullying of my good name with accusations of murder most foul?
Please, Queen Amara, forgive his impotence. The lawyer knows not what he speaks.
Fear not, good Majesty, for this is the sacred hall of justice. Though I am a grand priestess, understand, I am but a witness like any other. I shall face his accusations with grace and benevolence.
Your compassion overfloweth, your mercifulness.
Oh, young lawyer. In my benevolence, I must warn you that your assertion suffers from a tragic flaw.
Huh? There's a flaw?
Nayuta. Yes, your mercifulness.
It's your mom, man.
Who was present in the tomb when the murder was discovered? Dirk Samadi, Maya Fey, and the victim, Minister Inga. Ah, yes, I see. That makes a fatal flaw indeed.
No one got found.
It appears Queen Amara couldn't possibly have gone to the tomb as Minister Inga.
What? Why not?
Do not keep the defense waiting, Nayuta. Explain how wrong he truly is. Yes, your mercifulness. Her benevolence, Princess Rafa, saw Minister Inga enter the tomb at around 2:30. Yet you, the defense claims the person she saw was the minister being channeled by Queen Amara. However, if her mercifulness had channeled him and moved to the tomb, then once she was done channeling, Queen Amara would have re-emerged and left stuck in the tomb.
Yeah.
Had she tried to exit before you all arrived,
Would have been seen by the guard.
Princess Rafa, who had been looking down upon the courtyard, would have seen her. However, her benevolence saw nothing of the sort.
Ah. You think there was like a royal guard uniform working?
Maybe. I think she just hid in the sarcophagus.
It's good too.
Wait in the sarcophagus for the coast to be clear.
Two viable options, right? The royal guard could have known, right? And then the other bit is she was in the freezing tomb, chilling out.
In conclusion, Queen Amara could not have left the tomb without being observed. And yet she was there in the tomb when the murder was discovered, defense.
I know how to pin it on her, though. No, she wasn't.
Now do you see? Your flimsy claim that has been uprooted like a sapling in a flood. Well, that was entertaining, Prosecutor Samadi. Assume the prosecution of this case and clear your mother's good name. You wish for me to take over? Yes, prosecute your father to save your mother. What a poignant fate you bear. You but bear it, you must. Are you ready? Yes, Your Eminence. And there you have it, Your Majesty. I shall watch the rest of the proceedings from the sidelines.
Oh, she's coming back.
Yeah, no, you're definitely gonna come back in here when we start turning this on you in a way. I relinquish complete control of the sacred hall to your authority once more.
Why, thank you, Your Eminence. Now then, Your Mercifulness. Your testimony, if you please.
Now I shall destroy your utterly absurd and barbarous theory. I was not anywhere near the tomb following the murder. Were your theory correct, I would have been in the tomb once I had stopped channeling. My husband Dirk is the killer, but he has fled from the sacred hall. May the Holy Mother rain judgment upon the traitor Dirk Samadi for his crime.
Why does she hate Dirk? What's going on?
Maybe it's an act. I think she might be acting. Like, I feel like she does still love Dirk, but she has to put on this show for Garan. Or Nayuta's in trouble.
Oh, such marvelous testimony. You are truly a treasure, Your Mercifulness.
This, too, is but a grace of her holiness. No doubt my unmasking here today was her will as well.
Oh my, the Holy Mother, you say?
Yes, surely her holiness has guided me to the witness stand. What?
I thought there were no lions in the case of
That's not a lion.
That's a tiger, whatever the fuck this is. So
Where did these animals come from?
Okay. I have a theory. I think she did not complete the murder. She didn't do it. But instead, I think there was a swap. If she put on black hair dye, she could have actually be in the photo that, who snapped. Right? And it was actually the queen doing the murder. The current queen, anyways. You get what I'm saying?
Garan couldn't have been there. Garan has an alibi.
No, but look at the picture. Look at the picture. Right? Look at her face and then the picture. Maybe we'll see something that is different. Because now we know the both their faces. Is there anything that's ringing?
Could this be Amara?
This could be Amara, and then the other one could be her.
But then how did Garan show up in front of us after Inga went in?
Well, two can channel, right?
Yeah, but that would mean Garan would have to be dead then.
Okay, what I think is Garan is alive, right? Garan is clearly alive, and the other sister is clearly alive. We'll start with that, right? The sisters look so much alike that the only thing she'd have to do is cover her hair black, right? So she would do her hair black, and then she would just go and do what she's doing right now, perform the actual seance, right? Or the spirit channeling. Meanwhile, Garan is out running all willy-nilly. So they're covering each other's alibi.
And the purity of truth.
Oh, Lord, this tiger's face, though. How magnificent, Queen Amara, the Holy Mother's messenger here on earth. animals even come from? Now then, the defense may question the witness. Remember, she is the Grand Priestess, so disrespect will not be tolerated. That means no pointing out conflicts, inconsistencies, or any other flaws in her testimony. What are we supposed to do then?
We can't do anything then.
Save just in case you step on a landmine. I feel like if you press objection or something.
Hold it!
My theory is utterly absurd and barbarous.
And high-handed, if I may say so. Nayuta was right to call you putrid-minded. Surely even the monkeys of Mount Pony Pony Holy Waters could devise a better theory.
Surely you can steal better insults than Nayuta's best.
Now then, to all you gathered in this sacred hall, need I remind you?
Hold it!
Well, maybe you were hiding inside the sarcophagus. After all, it does technically belong to you. I bet you'd have no trouble opening it.
If I had been in there, I could not be here today. For the tomb has been under constant surveillance since the murder. I would have never been able to leave.
Guess not. If I might ask, what's in the sarcophagus anyway? You're still alive, so...
There's despair, sadness, hatred, and malice. Only one brave enough to see the truth hidden deep within.
I'm just not getting over this.
Could
derby
discover the
tiger.
final hope. My continued corporeality.
You completely lost me.
In other words, it's empty. But no one dared to open it because they were too scared of the curse. Now, will you dispense with your theory? It's as empty as my sarcophagus. Were your theory correct, I would have been in a tomb once I had stopped channeling.
Hold it!
I'll admit you weren't in the tomb after the murder.
Very good. But that very truth refutes your theory. Is there a chance there's like a hidden tunnel in the sarcophagus?
I honestly thought that. That was one of my things that was in my head since the very beginning, since we started investigating the case. Because
Even if I had channeled Mr. Inga and entered the tomb. The moment I ceased channeling him, I would have reemerged at the crime scene. Precisely. As you said, your self-defense. Bunamaru was not there after the murder. The only living souls in the tomb at the time were Dirk Sadmati and Maya Fey. Be it in life or the next. There is no escaping such simple truths.
Hold it!
there must be a reason why he had to make his escape today.
A reason? Ah, perhaps.
Perhaps what?
Perhaps to conceal himself and lie in wait for another chance to claim my life.
What's this?
Objection!
No, it's definitely not like that. Your mercifulness. First of all, you don't really believe he's trying to kill you, do you? After all, you two ran off together after he rescued you all those years ago.
So it's only because he had the audacity to claim it wasn't me. You must believe me. It was my duty as a wife to her husband. To bend an ear to him, was it not? Communication after disagreement is the secret to a long and happy marriage.
Sure, I guess. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
Don't ask me. That's why I listened to Dirk. However, he didn't have a shred of evidence to support his claim. It grieves me to admit it, but my husband truly did try to murder me.
That's quite enough. It's abundantly clear that Queen Amara's testimony is flawless.
Ho ho ho. Do you understand now, lawyer?
This is bad. The judge isn't going to let me cross-examine her much longer.
Mara should have been in a tomb after the minister's murder. But she
Let's go,
wasn't.
Izzy.
I don't get it.
How did she just vanish from the scene of the crime like that? It shouldn't be possible for normal people to.
Normal people. So there has to be some like a hidden path in there somewhere. And maybe that broken statue is the key. Maybe that's why that statue was broken, because that statue was the key to opening a hidden path. And then it can't be opened again because she closed it after.
Feasible. We'd have to have fingerprints on the gun, but like, for normal people. Ah, maybe.
Maybe what?
I'm fucking lost. Your Majesty. I think I can explain why Queen Amara wasn't there in the tomb after the murder. Do you know where he's going with this? Very well, defense, to explain. I believe it's accomplished through a method only she is capable of. And by using this special method, it will be possible for her to literally disappear. So, am I right that she channeled a royal guard then? Well, don't keep us waiting. Let's hear it. How did Queen Amara disappear from the tomb? She channeled someone. Clinging to the ceiling is impossible. We have to go with that one. What if she channeled a royal guard? That's where I'm at. You're at the sarcophagus.
Like, so this does kind of go with what I was calling from the beginning. Because from the beginning, I was like, maybe she whoever the killer disguised as a soldier, and once all of them ended, she kind of hopped in with them.
Yeah.
But like, I still think hiding in the sarcophagus maybe is possible, because there might be a secret tunnel in there. Because they were also saying, like, it's not something normal people can do.
Yeah.
It's like not normal. Both of these are not things not normal people can do.
Oh wait.
Because
remember
the key
how
is
Maya sat in the waterfall?
Maya was in a. How's Maya in a waterfall matter?
Remember, Maya spent like 2-3 days meditating in a cold ass waterfall.
True.
To train. Maybe she's capable of that too. On that road. I'm between.
Yeah, both of these seem plausible to me. I mean, we can go with the channeling theory.
Let's go with channel first. All she had to do was channel someone. Then she could easily disappear from the scene of the crime. After all, she would literally be someone else. Why, I believe that actually makes sense. What do you have to say to that, Queen Amara?
You believe that I, a grand priestess, would use the sacred power of spirit channeling to commit a murder?
Oh, the animals just freaking ran, man! What the? Mercy, your mercifulness. How dare you spew such vile blasphemy in defense? You'll retract your last statement or face immediate execution.
No, good Majesty. It is quite all right. Koreanism also teaches we must respond at all times to reasoned principle. With reasoned principle. Therefore, I shall offer a measured response to his blasphemous accusation.
You have something to counter with?
Yeah, she's gonna say, who could I have summoned?
Indeed. Indeed.
Indeed. Now, are you listening? It would not have been possible to simply vanish by means of spirit channeling. After all, it would require a deceased person to channel. However, there was only one murder victim in the tomb. And that was Minister Inga. The only others were right after his murder. Were Dirk and Miss Faye.
Oh yeah, Dirk's dead already.
Had I channeled Inga as you allege.
It makes so much sense.
But how?
Okay, so remember how Dirk said he needs to go in there? And specifically, Maya said she has complete control. Right? Complete 100% control of when to pull out. Dirk went in, made it 2 steps in, and then she sent him back to the spirit realm, committed murder, and then channeled him again after holding the knife. Which means Dirk technically did it, but he's dead?
No, I don't think Dirk's a killer in any way. I don't think his spirit would kill him.
No, the Dirk didn't kill him, right? But she was possessing Dirk. Dirk is possessed, already walking into the tomb. As soon as Dirk is in the tomb, Amara releases, right, sends him back to the spirit realm, and then she's Amara. Amara walks, and in the back, right, in the knife, and then comes back as Dirk.
This is so weird.
I see it now. That's the answer. Maya's passed out. I think Maya's knocked out through all of it. She knows nothing, right? The question is what Dirk said to Maya, right, during that exchange, before or after. And the other question is, whose fingerprint is it on that paperclip thing? You know what I mean? Like the thing with her photo? The pendant. Because if fingerprints change, Amara's fingerprints on it, and therefore Amara's guilty, because that's proof she's there at the scene in blood, covered.
Well, the fingerprints on the inside of it, and the blood is only on the outside of it, so that doesn't really hold up. She easily could have gotten her fingerprint on it long ago. Mm-hmm. Well, the outcome would have been quite odd, to say the least. For there, beside the dead minister, a living, breathing one would have appeared. Even if I had been in the tomb, there was no one to channel except a deceased minister. So you see, I could not have vanished by means of spirit channeling.
It's true, but I can't rule it out yet. Because, well, what if there was another victim? Someone we haven't identified yet. Dirk's dead.
That would explain his blood at the scene, too, in a way.
Yeah.
How absurd.
Was he burnt? Couldn't be burnt to death, could he?
There's no way Dirk's been dead all this time.
I think Dirk's been dead all this time.
Well, I mean, for since the fire is what I'm thinking.
Right, but this is weird. If you channeled someone other than Minister Inga, you could have used their identity to disappear from the tomb.
Another victim?
Queen Amara, please add your last statement to your testimony. This could explain everything. Wasn't there some sign of another victim there in the tomb?
Oh boy.
It's going exactly, and yet why do I sense I'm not going to like what I'm about to find out? We have... Yep.
Objection!
Is Dirk dead in the sarcophagus? I can't believe I'm presenting this. But it proves that there was another victim. Still, the only ones there at the scene of the crime were... I wouldn't do that to Maya. No, it can't be. Will the defense care to share something with us?
And the blood leads to the sarcophagus too.
Yeah, Queen Amara, you knew, didn't you?
Whatever are you talking about?
If you won't tell this court, then I will. Well, don't keep us waiting. I would call Rafa in and tell her to do another divination seance. Right then and there. This case includes a second victim. One of the two people found alive in the tomb after the minister's murder was actually already dead.
But a second victim, Apollo?
Queen Amara, after you channeled Minister Inga and moved to the tomb, you vanished from the scene of the crime by channeling the other victim. That explains why no one found you after the murder was discovered.
Oh, you putrid pepper. Of all the half-witted buffoonery to come tumbling from your lips. But I suppose I'll indulge you and play along with your little delusion. Tell me, Mr. Justice, who was the other victim?
It's Dirk. It's 1,000% Dirk. There's no way this can be true. But no, I can't stop now. I think I said it like at the very tail end of yesterday.
Did he know he was dead when we were talking to him in the defense questioning room? Because he said he doesn't have long left. Did he know he was already dead?
I think he knew. If this is the truth, it's the only way forward to solving the case. The other victim who Queen Amara channeled was Dirkus Dunzo. Dirk knew everything, but he couldn't bring himself to tell me.
He'd be betraying his wife.
He couldn't accuse the love of his life. The sad truth is, the other victim channeled by Amara was...
Take that!
What? You can't... That's not possible!
The defendant, Dirk Sadmati, is the one Queen Amara channeled. He's the other victim.
Oh boy. This is insanity.
Polkunka!
Paulo, what are you... Do you realize what you're proposing?
Objection.
I demand an explanation, Mr. Justice.
I don't know when or why Dirk was murdered. But the facts and evidence speak for themselves. And this is where they've led me.
I see. After Inga's murder, Dirk and Maya was the only ones in the tomb. But if one of them was actually dead and being channeled by Amara... But it can't be. Can it?
Dirk's bloodstain at the scene of the crime was the clincher for me. He wasn't even injured, so how could he have possibly bled that much? The only logical explanation is Dirk had also been murdered.
Objection.
That's enough. Your explanation cannot be the truth. And you would not dare to claim to have proof to support your assertion.
Nayuta. I wish it weren't true. I wish with all my heart that I'm wrong. But as much as I don't want to believe it, yes, I can prove it.
Prove it by means of a seance.
Dirk's killer must have hidden his body. It would have been somewhere nobody would ever look.
Yep, we know exactly where that is. In the sarcophagus of Amara Karine.
And there is only one such place.
You truly have proof?
The fastest way would be to actually have someone go check the tomb. Go check the tomb? But why? Because I believe Dirk's killer hid his body here.
Take that!
You would suggest...
Queen Amara's sarcophagus, the only place in the tomb no one would dare look. Plus, a killer would soon become trapped by hiding in there. But a body? Well, that's a horse of a different color. Which means... I believe we must search the sarcophagus at once. Your Eminence! Being that Queen Amara yet lives, I trust we may now open it.
If we must. Your Majesty, I believe Detective Sky is still there at the tomb. Let us contact her at once and have her conduct a full investigation into this matter. Amara's like, well, crap.